We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's use Rapid Strike Tentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doing the 280 damage for the knockouts, ripping that Arceus VSTAR to shreds. You are now watching Zacklessage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel, Zacklessage here. Today we're going to be covering another Brilliant Stars deck profile, and on this one we're going to be covering Malamar with Rapid Strike Tentacles. So Malamar has become a little bit more relevant toward play this to the Tri-Metafy Regional Championships that I was running, and they were able to come 9th. While they were playing an Inteleon build, I actually prefer the Cinccino build. I know there's some controversy over the Cinccino build. Is it better than Inteleon? Is it not? I personally like it more, and the whole strategy is going to be Rapid Strike Tentacles either way. So when it comes down to it, it is going to show you how to be playing this deck. Throughout this video, I'm going to show you what Malamar can do. You're going to be ripping a bunch of Rapid Strike Malamar cards, or Rapid Strike cards, I should say, from our hand with Rapid Strike Tentacles. The list is going to be in the description. You can copy paste that right into PTCGO, PTCG Live. You can go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code Zacklessage5 to save 5% on your next order of codes. AtlasCollectibles.com, use code Zacklessage8 to save 8% on your next order of Pokemon singles, or you can go to metafy.gg/add-Zacklessage, learn a thing or two from me in this game. I'm going to be covering over the deck list, strategy, gameplay, more, see exactly what this deck list looks like. So here we have it, Rapid Strike Malamar. We're going to be looking at its Rapid Strike Tentacles attack, and we're doing 40 times the amount of Rapid Strike cards that we're going to show from our hands. So the whole goal is to catch Rapid Strike cards in our hand, not discard them, use them. So in this case, we play Cinccino. Cinccino allows us to make do. When you're using make do, you want to be discarding non-Rapid Strike cards to try to build up Rapid Strike cards in your hand. So that might just be something simple like discarding a Bruno, and trying to draw into like a Spiral Energy or maybe an Inkay or something and showing it to your opponent. Octillery allows us to search things out with Rapid Strike Search, and we could search out a Rapid Strike card once. We could use one Rapid Strike Search, so you only want to get one Octillery out. Sometimes you want to get two out, because you can use Scoop Up Net, Scoop Up an Octillery, and it does turn a Scoop Up Net into 2 Rapid Strike cards. So that's really where you can gain some big numbers, because to knock out a Mew VMAX, for example, you need to have 8. 8 is going to do 8 times 4, 8, 16, 24, 32, 320 for the knockout. You want to be using cards like Rescue Carrier, getting back a couple copies of Inkay or anything else like that. We do have the new Minccino in this deck as well that does evolve into Cinccino. It does allow us to use Call for Family. I know some players are playing Battle VIP Pass, Brawly. I think Minccino really blends that over well. That's the reason why I like this build. The rest of the cards that are in this deck are really just meant to either draw a bunch of cards. Bruno is going to be great after you get knocked out. Instead of just shuffle draw 4, you shuffle draw 7. So that's going to be working out great. We have the new Cynthia's Ambition, so you could draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out, you could draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. So the whole thing is really just like avoid playing Korrinas. I mean, it's there if you need it, but you really just want to be shuffling things a lot. This deck is incredibly effective because it's worth 1 prize, and your opponent has to go through 6 of them. One card we might want to add in here is Manaphy. That would protect us a little bit against Jolteon VMAX or Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, but those the viability of those in the metagame is going to be going up and down. In the following bit, we're going to play at least a game, and I really just want to show what the strategy is. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wish you played more games or played against a specific matchup. Those are things that I'd rather cover on a one-on-one basis. This is really just to show you what the strategy of what this deck could do. If there's anything else you need from me, by all means, feel free to hit me up for some coaching. metafy.gg/add-Zacklessage. It's in the description, or ask questions below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what type of content you want to see in the comments. Let's jump into some gameplay. So we're going to call the coin flip, and we won the coin flip. I usually think it's best to go first because you have a lot of Pokemon you're trying to evolve. And let's see what we ended up getting here. So nothing crazy. I think here we want to start off with the Minccino, because if we sacrifice that, it might be a little bit better than not. We could also just maybe attack with Minccino. It's probably just better than starting with a Remoraid. There are opportunities for us to just maybe go for Tower of Waters, but it's all based off perspective. So we hit Duraludon. Duraludon might be a bit of a tough one, but we do have access to Psychic Energy and can knock their Pokemon out in 1 hit. So that could be kind of cool. Let's go ahead and use Great Ball first, see if there's anything good there. I'm going to get another Minccino set up, and let's go for our Minccino here. Let's go ahead, Level Ball. Let's search through our deck. We can see we're basically not really looking for anything too crazy, more or less our Rapid Strike pieces and seeing if there's anything crazy being prized. This might be important because Duraludon VMAX does have an ability that does block you from attacking with anything like Spiral Energy or any special energies, I should say. So let's go Inkay there. Let's put this down. And I am going to attach the Psychic Energy to the Inkay. If it ever gets discarded, we can always get it back with Ordinary Rod. I would like to knock out this Duraludon sooner than later because it can pose some issues to us. I usually like to go for Rapid Strike Tentacles if I am going for an OHKO, which is something that very much can happen. Let's have to see what our opponent's going to do here. And it's going to be tough. Like this deck, you want to kind of thin out the non-Rapid Strike cards in your deck kind of early in the game. It's one of those things where it can be a little bit tough to do that. So far they have to discard a lot of resources to make that happen. We'll see exactly what they do here. Okay, so our opponent going in with the Ultra Ball. And again, this might be a bit of a tough one because of the Skyscraper ability. We don't really have a great way to get around that. But we can just go Psychic Energy and we really just hold on to our Ordinary Rods. That's something that's going to be really important here. So there's Big Charm that does give this the equivalent of 280. 280 is going to be 7, 7, 14, 21, 28. I am going to put this here in case we do get Scoop Up Net. I'm going to evolve and I'm going to play the Korrinas. I don't really want to play the Korrinas, but it's going to be our best draw supporter possible right now. We didn't get Scoop Up Net, but we did get quite a few things. So like, I mean, I think the biggest thing that we want to be doing right now is make do, pitch this away. And we'll see if there's anything else that we can get off our make do. I mean, I think there's some opportunities here. Typically, we want to hold on to that. So let's go make do. We're going to pitch away an Evolution Incense. So we didn't really find a way out of the active, but we are just going to go for that right there. I mean, we could go ahead and retreat. I just don't think that we're hitting enough to do 280. So it's probably not worthwhile for us to do that damage. I just don't think it's worthwhile. So, what we can do here is just kind of get set up and start getting some pressure onto our opponent a little bit. I think getting one in the discard pile is fine. And let's just go ahead and... You want to know what? Maybe the pressure doesn't even matter here. I'm just trying to think how much damage we're going to be doing. We'd be doing 120 minus 30. Maybe it's fine. We'll go for it. I mean, we've got to get some kind of damage off on this Duraludon, right? So let's go ahead here and just grab one of these Pokemon out there. We're going to retreat this. We're going to search our deck for Rapid Strike. I do want to double check the Ordinary Rods. We do have both of them, so we're probably okay there. Just grab this, and we do have the Cynthia for next turn, and we do have fodder to discard away with Make Do. So let's go Rapid Strike Tentacles, 1, 2, 3. Rip that into our opponents, and you can see like this deck a little bit slow to set up. It's not going to be as vicious as Mew, but you are only worth 1 prize card. Like, no matter which way they split it, they will have to go through 6 of these Pokemon. And I mean, reasonably, they're probably just going to attach a double Turbo Energy there. They're probably going to go ahead and switch and get a knockout on us, accelerating energies to a Duraludon. That's going to be a little bit tough for us to deal with. So we got to keep that in mind. So there's their 2 cards, probably exactly what I'm saying. They have gone through a lot of resources though, so it is something to consider. And yes, they will get the knockout with Trinity Nova. This is where we can kind of jump back. We can knock this out with a Malamar that does have an energy on it, the Spiral Energy. They knock us out, and then we're kind of rolling from there. I also can't tell if our opponent's going to be playing the Collapse Stadium builds. So we want to keep our bench a little bit open. We don't want to be wasting spots. And they're building up energies there. That's fine. We will have to go through this, this, and this. So let's send up our Inkay, and we're going to try to get... We need to get, again, 7 to get the knockouts. So I think it's quite a possibility. We're going to start off by putting the Inkay down. You always want to have a backup Inkay. I think that's something that's really important. Let's go ahead and Cynthia's Ambition first, and it's a lot about sequencing, try to get those correct order of operations in. So right now, we could grab at the Malamar. We want to try to draw into more of these cards with things like Make Do first, so then we can kind of search out other things afterwards. So we're going to pitch this away because we don't need it. See if we can grab some more things there. Let's go ahead, make do, pitch this away. Again, we just don't need it. It's a non-rapid strike card. We have this, and we do have our energy, so we don't need to attach the basic Psychic Energy because this does not have the Skyscraper ability. We can knock it out, and I don't think our opponent's necessarily going to go after us. So let's attach this here. We have 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So we're cutting it pretty close. So let's go Fog Crystal here. Oh, you want to know what? We do not have the other Inkay. So that's going to be a little bit tough because our opponent's already gone through that one. So we are going to probably have to Scoop Up Net our Octillery to put it back to our hand. So that gives us 1, 2. Let's go with the Evolution Incense, and then we'll just count over first. This is where the deck can get a little bit tricky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a Rapid Strike Search. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to Scoop Up Net the Octillery. So you can see how it can give us a few more extra things. Now we have our opportunity. Do we want to go for Octillery, or do we want to go for an Inkay? I think we have to go for the Remoraid down here and hope our opponent doesn't boss this one up. That can be really difficult for us to kind of jump back into, but it is what it is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's use Rapid Strike Tentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, doing the 280 damage for the knockout, ripping that Arceus VSTAR to shreds. So if our opponent plays this correctly, they're going to bring up our Inkay and basically force us to have that energy in the active, making us have double Inkay down and trying to deal with it. They still have to go through 5 more prize cards. That's something that's going to be a little bit difficult to be dealing with. So that's one thing that we'll have to figure out. Like, it's one of those things. Will they go boss's orders on the Inkay? No, they won't. So at this point, we need to figure out how much damage are we going to be using to knock out this Duraludon VMAX. Well, it does have 330 HP, so that's going to be 2 more. We're going to need to go 9, which is going to be quite difficult for us to do, but we can draw through a decent bit of cards. Let's try to make that happen. We cannot use the Spiral Energy. That is something to note. So let's go Ordinary Rod here. Let's go do both. Let's go ahead and grab back. We're going to go Malamar Inkay. I think that seems safer. As much as I want to keep double for Rescue Carrier, I just really cannot go through that right now. We could miss and just put ourselves in a terrible, terrible spot. So let's grab those 2. Let's grab back our Psychic Energy so we have ways to attack. Let's go ahead, evolve into our Malamar so we can search that out of the deck. We really need to be finding a Fog Crystal or a way to find a Psychic Energy. Would be huge. This isn't really going to be a big attacking turn, so we're probably just going to need to get another Inkay down as well. We did find a Psychic Energy. We did find Inkay. Let's see. Well, it's one of those things where, like, we could discard. I think we have to discard the Scoop Up Net at this point to have any kind of chance of getting it. So let's see how that goes. Let's use this, make do, discarding the Level Ball. I think that would be a really good choice as well. Then we'll push for the knockout next turn. These Pokemon have a large amount of HP, so it's going to be really much a struggle for us to do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. So let's go ahead and Level Ball here so we have access to the Inkay. Let's go ahead, put that down. Let's go ahead, put this here. And we're going to keep that for our Psychic Energy. We can use this to search something out of our deck, so we'll have access to a more fulfilling turn. Let's grab an Octillery. And I think we're just going to go ahead and hit our opponent for 3, 120. So let's go Rapid Strike Tentacles, 1, 2, 3. And that's really where it's going to hurt. So we have access to the Malamar for next turn. We could evolve. We can go Psychic Energy. We can go Bruno. So it's much better, a much more fulfilling turn than we had last game. Now, our opponent could go Hyper Potion, could go some kind of Pokemon Center Lady. Really, we're just trying to knock out these 2 Pokemon. They still have to go through 4 of our Pokemon. So I think we're still in an okay spot. The Avery's going to hurt a little bit. We're going to have to discard a Cinccino here. That's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. It's a tough one. But it is what it is. Now we just don't need to do 120. This has 210, which means we need to discard 6. 6 is going to be a lot more obtainable, and we probably will just get it off the Bruno. We just have to get ourselves prepared for whatever's going to come here. So there's that. Let's grab another Psychic Energy. We are looking for an Ordinary Rod, because this is our last Psychic Energy in our deck, so we really need to find the Ordinary Rod this turn. Let's play Bruno. Did get the Ordinary Rod, so that is quite good. And we did get the double Inkay. So I'm about this. Let's go ahead. Ordinary Rod this back. Let's go do both. Search our deck for Malamar, because we can get those back with the Rescue Carrier. Let's go grab Psychic. I'd like to grab Psychic. So that's going to be our last Psychic of the game. Might be a little bit tough, but we'll see how we get there. Let's go ahead and go make do away this. I think that's the best thing that we possibly can do right there. We did get our Psychic Energy back. We are going to go for Rescue Carrier, getting back Inkay. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, we have quite a few cards available in our hand. Let's go Rapid Strike Search. Search our deck for... let's just search our deck for something. Let's grab this. It doesn't really matter. We do want to put the Inkay down because we are getting the knockout. We already have attached energy for our turn. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try to go for the Great Ball. I think the Great Ball might just be the better case. We should have done Great Ball first in sequencing, but there's only so much you can do. Let's just grab this because I do want to have the Malamar and the Psychic Energy for next turn. Let's go Rapid Strike Tentacles, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this for the knockout on our opponent's Duraludon, putting them down to 1 prize card left. So we're going to have to get a big knockout on this one, but we are going to draw 3 prize cards here. Really solid so far. Yeah, I guess, like, we're gonna see if we are able to get it. This has 360 minus 90, which puts it 270, which means we need to get 7. I believe it's 7 if they don't heal. 280 plus 90 equals 370. We're gonna see if it's gonna happen or not. So as much as we're playing against a deck that does that blocks our special energies, it might be a little bit easier for us in other cases. It's one of those things. Can we get this gigantic knockout? Can we continuously push our boundaries when it comes down to it? And it looks like our opponent's just going to go for Professor's Research here, or maybe they're playing Marnie. Marnie here would be amazing for us. I'd love to get a Cynthia's Ambition off, but if we don't, we don't. We need to get 7 here overall, and that's really where our goal is. I think 7 might be a little bit tough for us. Unless, of course, we get the Cynthia's Ambition or a Bruno or something like that off the top of our deck. Okay, they are going for the research, so I guess their boss's orders, they were thinking about it. So what does this mean for us? That we have to do 300 damage, which means we need to get 8 now. Does make it a little bit more tough for us. We did get a Cynthia's Ambition, so I think we might be able to get it. Let's go ahead, attach this here. Let's go ahead, attach the energy there. We don't want to play those out. We want to have those to potentially be cards in our hand afterwards, because those are all potential cards that could just be Rapid Strike cards. Let's go Cynthia's Ambition, and you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what we want to do here is make do, pitch away the non-Rapid Strike card at this point, because we're last Malamar. We're all in here. There's some more. Let's go ahead and go Great Ball first in terms of sequencing. Let's grab out the Octillery. So let's go ahead, go Evolution Incense. Let's grab out another Octillery. Let's go Fog Crystal here. Grab out an Inkay. Let's go Octillery here, go Rapid Strike Search. And we're just going to grab out one of these. You can see it's all Rapid Strike cards or like Rescue Carrier or something left at that point. Doing a quick count of our hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could have knocked this one full out fresh. That Cynthia's top deck was absolutely amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Well played to our opponent. We absolutely take those. Malamar coming in clutch, proving that it's one of the best decks in the format. Crushing it with Rapid Strike Tentacles. So as you can see, Malamar absolutely being able to kind of cut through any deck like butter. I mean, certainly there's going to be some glitches here and there, but with Cynthia's Ambition in the deck, you can kind of reach those big numbers not too many people would expect to hit the Duraludon for 400. That Pokemon could have not hit the Crystal Cave. They could have not had anything. And of course, we had to deal with Skyscraper the entire game. I do think I could have played a little bit tighter that game overall. It's one of those things where sometimes when I'm recording videos, my mind's not necessarily all there on the 100% gameplay, but it is one of the best decks in our Brilliant Stars format, and I really wanted to cover this deck to show people what's up. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. I hope that you stay tuned for more great stuff. And like I said, if you're trying to pick up this card or this deck, go to PTCGO plug in code ZLASAGE5. You could save 5% on your order there. You could go to atlascollectibles.com, plug in code ZLASAGE8 to save 8%, and get some one-on-one coaching from me at metafy.gg/@ZachLasage. Don't let the nails and the fun little makeup and all that stuff change anything. I'm just chilling. We're just having a good time. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone watching this video. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video and have yourself a great day. Thanks.